All right, here he is, the decorated kickboxer, back for more here tonight, and he's so comfortable in the striking realm. It's almost like he started kickboxing before he ever was reading or writing.
Oh, it's unbelievable to see someone that's so comfortable under so much duress.
I know.
When you're in kickboxing range, you are in the fire. There is no safety. You're right in range to be getting knocked out, but he does not fear that. He loves it. He loves the combat. He loves the engagement. But what you have to understand is he's not engaging his opponents on their terms. He's doing it on his terms. Whether or not he wants to be in close with the big punches or he wants to be at range landing kicks, he's just constantly putting damage on you. Top, bottom, up, low, it does not matter. This guy is a dominant striker, one of the best kickboxers the UFC has ever seen.
And in terms of the punching technique and the jab, as good as anyone in this division. Well, pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the feet.
And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here.
And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a kickboxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 180 pounds. Fighting out of Milan, Italy, Super. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of New York, Iron.
You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it quick.
Ready. Ready to fight.
All right, so here we go with round 1, classic matchup of striker versus striker. These guys have both faced a lot of grapplers in the past. They like the draw tonight.
Oh yeah, they love seeing an opponent that will not be trying to dive at their legs. They know when they get to the center of the octagon, the only steps back they will take is if they choose to move out of range to re-enter back into the striking realm. It's a very comforting thought for both of these competitors. Straight punch lands.
Keeps going back to that jab, keeps throwing that jab, but unable to land.
Beautiful kick.
Oh, that's a good right hand. Spinning back fist is there. And he landed the right hand there. Under 3 minutes remain in round one.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Blocks the shot.
Liver kick, if you take those kicks, it's gonna shut your body off.
Not there. So 3 minutes off the clock in our first round.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Nice jab, follows it up with a nice right hand. Huge block there.
Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
He is all about that left kick to the body.
Don't back up, push forward.
So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round.
Sneaky head kick. Nice punch there.
Oh, roundhouse kick. Add that to his highlight reel. Round two is next. All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
This round, we want to go back to the boxing game. Let's keep that going. This guy has no answer for you. Keep your hands up.
All right, DC, second round is getting underway. Round one, not the round of the year necessarily, but some good in there.
And it's not always gonna be. When you have two very talented fighters, sometimes it's very even. That's what we saw in round number one. Big punch lands through the middle. Powerful leg kick lands.
All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations to me.
Well, the jab has been looking great. But how about jab, jab, right hand?
Right.
Because eventually you're gonna have to put something on your opponent that's gonna really make him pause. I believe the jab has been working so well, if he drops a big right hand after it, he may be able to finish his fight. Punch over the top. Over and over, he's landed those big body kicks.
Oh, beautiful shot there with the hook. I'm not sure his opponent saw that one come.
His opponent is thinking straight punch. He's hooking right around the guard to land and land efficiently.
So a much different approach from him here in round two. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round two. Oh, lands a stiff punch there. Nice connection.
Oh, nice land.
The 1-2 punch is true.
Pressure forward and get the takedown now.
Big liver kick lands under the elbow.
Oh, nice knee to the body for him there. Very nice. Throws the right hand there. Back and forth we go. Combination lands for him. He is really putting his strikes together tonight.
I mean, he's feeling himself tonight, John. He's doing a great job of putting everything together.
Just out of range with the straight left hand.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Ooh, what a punch. Right under the elbow, body kick lands.
And there comes the separation now. Oh, tags him with the left. That is an educated left hand.
Educated left hand. He's throwing it so fast and so crisp. Oh, he hurt him bad with a jab.
We need to get a takedown.
Nice.
10 minutes in the books.
This next round, I want you to relax a little bit. You're too tight. You're forcing your legs.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
All right, pretty good back and forth action in the previous 2 rounds. Your expectations here as this next round gets underway?
I expect the action to really pick up now. These guys have to lay it on the line as we start to approach the end of the fight.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Great punch. Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
Hard shots landing on both sides here. Left punch is good.
Ooh, head kick lands. He's hurt. Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick. Big punch lands. Ooh.
Just a slip there.
Real quick leg kick.
Bleeding from the eyebrow area now. That shot cut him. Well, it's all pace and pressure down the stretch. He is really lighting him up now.
Ooh, what a punch. I mean, he's cutting him down the side with these beautiful leg kicks. Big kick lands.
Oh, spinning back fist. He didn't telegraph that one at all.
Liver kick. Good punch.
Oh, shot to the body connects there. He hasn't really thrown too many body strikes in this fight, but now, as this fight goes on, he is not discriminating, working the body, and those shots are going to count. All right, single collar tie now.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows. Big body kick.
30 seconds now to go in the round.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
Score that takedown for me, man.
That knee attempt is blocked. 10 seconds to go. Lands flush with that right hand. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, we now take a look back at some of the highlights from that last round, DC. A lot for the replay guys to choose from.
I mean, these guys are going to be very busy trying to find what replay to show you guys. Lands on both sides of the octagon. Both guys fought great. What a phenomenal round.
Breathe and recover. You're sucking in right now because you're overcommitting on your shots. You're throwing.
All right, DC, here we go with our next round. It wasn't just the accuracy, it was the aggressiveness, the volume.
It was unbelievable to watch him be so active. Cardio, the push, the pace, and the pressure that he fought with. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can maintain this over 15 minutes.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent. kick. They continue to exchange. Missed with that attempt.
Take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active on your feet. Can't take many of those.
Huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. Good stick.
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands.
Big head kick leg. He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Wow!
Holy smokes, he put him to sleep. Oh, nice high kick.
Tried to go to the body, but unable to connect.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Missed with that right hand. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on.
Watch knees to the body.
Just misses with the straight right. All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be. And if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming. It's very tricky when he throws that body kick.
Single collar tie now. 20 minutes down, potentially 5 to go. All right, a lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it, if you will.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back-and-forth action in the previous frame.
Yes, it wasn't a bar fight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times when it came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
Whoa!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh!
Oh, look at him jumping in to try to get the finish. Oh, he got him hurt bad.
Oh, and that one snapped the head back. The referee has seen enough. Winner by TKO.
He mercifully stopped the fight. A great stoppage and a great performance by this young man.
All right, let's re-rack the highlight now, DC, and he's certainly going to enjoy watching this one back. The head kick was there early, it was there often, and ultimately ended the night for his opponent.
He found a weakness in his opponent's game. The left kick, over and over, he was able to land it. And he was landing the strikes, too, with his hands, but ultimately it was the kick that was hidden behind the punch that finished the fight for him.
We now go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 45 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout.
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight. I got to think there are a few better feelings in the world than walking into an octagon and candidly knocking another man out cold.
Yeah, you shut a person's lights off, man. There's nothing like it. Now, I understand a lot of times we hope for the knockout, but he was never hopeful. He was sure that he would get it done, and he did exactly that. Congrats.